So this nice big one to start on. Let me take you right through the materials first of all. My homemade stay wet palette here again, big sandwich box. 2 layers of paper towel on the bottom. You can put 1 layer of tracing on the top if you want to stop it from furring up a bit, but when you're just taking them out like this it doesn't really matter. Then I've got a larger one just for a larger ordinary mixing palette just for my brushes, and this little tray that I use with these sponge rollers. And you can see with the sponge rollers I have 2 sorts here, one larger one that I very seldom use, but this is my main one. And the idea is that you take a larger, older brush that you don't really need so much to mix with, because you're going to use it quite a bit, because you're going to use it quite strongly. And I take the paint out, mix it up in here, and then roll the roller through both the brush and the paint to get it out of the brush, make the maximum use of it, and level it out more. So roll it through the roller. Now when you start off, just damp your sponge slightly and make sure you dry it with a paper towel, because otherwise it's going to be too wet. So sponge roller, brush to start with. Then after I've done that, I will go on to my selection of brushes, and once I've painted up the whole painting loosely, I'll pick up from my brushes here whether I use the flats or the rounds or the filberts is the choice as the painting goes. So there we are, that's the basics of those. Jar of water of course as well. Let's look at the first colour I'm going to be using. I think I'll go for these oranges and things in the background. I tend to go for the mid-tones first and then work out to my darks and work back towards my lights at the end, the highlights at the end, mainly with the brushes in fact. But I need to get these various oranges in, so I'll just show you how I mix some of these colours here. Okay, we don't have to keep washing out the roller, that's one of the first things. But I'm going to have 2 rollers on the go here because I want to get that a neater edge on my dark lines and straight lines, so I'll have a roller ready there. See if I can find a nice straight one. Most of these I found this is a cheaper bunch that I bought this time. I want a nice sharp, that's a good one. I want a nice straight edge. So there we go, that's ready. My old one here just to get going with. Right, get that out of the way. Take a little bit of water, just damp the brush a little bit just to get started with. Don't want too much water, that's for sure. We'll take some deep chrome yellow. It always takes a bit of paint to get things started on something like this. I'm going to take a little bit of yellow ochre just to deaden that down a bit. And a touch of white. Bring it up a fraction. And now, as I was saying, we roll the roller through both the brush and the paint to really make the most of it. Like that. Go back up to the painting. Just apply a bit of this in different places. It's quite a deep orange there, in fact it's a deep orange than I've got, so this should be a lighter one really. And you'll notice, or you can probably just see, the pencil showing through it. Just going to zoom in a bit on that area so you can actually see how this paint goes across and how we can do these glazing effects. You can see the pencil underneath there, look. So let's make that a little bit softer now. Take some paint out and soften it right down. Run my roller through the new mixture of paint again, and I don't have to clean my roller. So here we are then with a lighter cream. So I come across here now, wherever it is, it's got to go in. And it goes a bit darker across here in fact. A nuisance when you've got the easel in the way there. Down here, much more cream there. And I'm going to go darker up into that just to show you how that would work. Let's take some orange now and put it into the same yellow. And you'll see how we can get these lovely effects of mixing and glazing over. So this is a much stronger orange just here, and down through here, and along the bottom of that there, coming across the other side of this here. I have to move this out of the way a moment and just get that painted in. I'm going to go all the way along there just to make sure it's painted before I continue with the other colours to make it a bit easier. There we go. And then I need to make a deeper sort of brown in a minute there. That comes right down to around these. Now go over edges slightly. What I mean by that is if you've got something else drawn out as I have, don't be afraid to actually go over it. What I mean by that is that if you do that when you put the next coat of paint on the other objects, you won't have a nasty white halo left behind. The effects of light, which is exactly what we're trying to do. We want to get the effect of light here as quickly as possible. Got that lighter pink going on. And now I want to go more towards the yellow ochres and browns, so I'm going to come back with my yellow ochre and a little bit of burnt sienna. And look along here, right over to here, having a job to reach. You can see how we can blend the one colour over and into another this way, which is very, very useful. Anyway, you're getting the idea now. You can see how we can either use it more texturally, so more directly like this, as I have here. I want a bit stronger again, I can come across stronger look. I can get these beautiful effects. Actually, we've got a sunny day again today, so I'm going out to take some paintings over to a cafe to put them in there. One colour over another, just blending through. Let some of that dark shine through between these lights as well, so I'll bring those lights over them later. You can use the roller to smudge as well, like this. You don't have to keep rolling with it, you can actually just smudge it across to get the effects you want. Down through his hair as well. To pull this thing together, having one colour that pervades, or several colours that pervade or link into each other is very important. So soon I'm going to have to look at these darks as well, and actually work them up in between brushwork and the colour. We can make subtle changes in the colours whenever we want. Say I want a slightly more lighter yellowy green on here. All I'm going to do is put it on the roller and off we go again. I have to come up here and get the painting out from there as fraction if I can, because that requires a bit of the green. I go back in the green again. Put this colour over the top first. But to say, watch out for the canvas showing. It's trying to do that here, like it's trying to stop me from putting it into the there a bit more. Again, I don't want edges on the canvas, so just get me going and looking forward to doing this painting again. We're playing between the figurative and the abstract. These are abstract shapes, even though it's a figurative painting. And we're very aware of these abstract shapes, or should be. Okay, next, I want to start building up perhaps some of the deeper greens. So take a bit more of the deeper green into that. A little bit of purple. Whatever that's there, those lights are there. This should be darker here then. Next colour. I think we need to go towards those darks now. I think. Well, maybe some lighter blue greens, but I've still got a very light colour on. Wherever they are, wherever we see them, get them in. The whole thing will quite rapidly build up then. Just feel that lighter grey. If we're adjusting the colours gradually, you can always go back with your brush and just touch it to see on here, or you just check it and see if it's sort of the right colour, and if it's not, see where it is, because usually one of the colours you mix will be going somewhere correctly. Like that there, for instance, or his. There's more purple in this than I've got. At the moment we've just got a load of shapes, almost like cubist shapes to fit in. Getting a bit more like a Cézanne at the moment, isn't it? We need to get my darks in fairly soon though. I want to go darker with that blue grey, much warmer grey. See what that does. I might have a bit too blue still. We'll see. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's not far out. It seems a bit light at the moment, but that's because I haven't put the darks behind. It looks just a sort of a blend of a Cézanne at the moment, and a mess, but it will all come together as I go along. Right, I'm going to have to go in a moment. Go out and see a gallery and see what can be done. Right, well, I think that's about it for the moment as far as I'm going to go today. So I've had my little trip out, taken some paintings to a cafe, and now I want to carry on with this. Of course, a fairly light purple blue at first. It shows you what we can do with the sponge roller in this situation. Right, let's start on these really lovely darks that I've been waiting on with Prussian blue and a bit of black, and we'll really go down and tone to try and find these darks against the lights here. Will be so important. We'll work into these darks again later as well. Main thing is just to get them covered at the minute. Though it's very crude at the moment, when I pull it together with the paintbrushes, hopefully it will become more clear. Okay, I put a new roller out, and I'm just going to see if I can get some of these lovely lines in now with the new roller, like this, a little bit straighter. You don't have to have exact lines or something like this, just to easy with a big painting. I might have to move it across a bit to get at it. So I've almost got enough to be able to paint again with the brush. Just want to get all of these tones in and the darks just mapped in. So we've done the darks, and I want to work back again to some of the lights. I'm going back to my older sponge roller, and I need to pick up on some of these light yellowy greens. Not far out, a bit more lemon yellow and white, I think, in that. Could put them in with a brush, but I want to do as much as I can with the sponge roller to keep the consistency of texture. I think I've about come to the stage where I should finish with the roller for the moment, and now I'm going to choose a brush, decide which. I think I think about a half-inch filbert will do for now, and on we go with the colours. Let's start off directly with the white, because I want to get that on there so I can see what I'm doing. So we'll get these areas of white in. I could do this with the roller, but it's much better and easier with a brush. I mean, why try to paint a square hole with a round brush, or a round hole with a square brush? If we do it sensibly, we'll choose the brush to suit the tool to suit the job. I use white at the moment and I'll change some more colour in a minute. Just want to get these highlights sorted where they are. Okay, well there we go. Nice big painting again, a struggle, but nice to get involved in such a big thing. Hope you enjoyed this one too. I hopefully gave you plenty of information of how it was created, and you could see for yourselves if you want to have a go with those sponge rollers or brushes. There you go. The drawing is on my Facebook page if you want to copy it from there, and I can always send you the photograph if you want.